Coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Chicago Bears. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, 46. Here we go. Wide in.
Hey, no, look, we got Mike 50, huh? Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, good. Let's go. What? Oh! Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. All day.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
Under. Safety's creeping.
Here we go, kill.
36.
Here we go, 47.
Mike's 50, Mike.
Here we go, 46. 26.
Second down, Prescott. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It's a gain of 5, and they're going to have a third down. The Bears and Bucs, you might recall, met in Tampa week 2 of last year, which was actually the first game for the Buccaneers after Hurricane Irma washed out their opener with Miami. And it was the Bucs who beat Mike Glennon in that game 26-9. This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6.
Move.
Here we go, kill.
4 down. Check. 4 down.
They just get the play off. Now Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan able to drop him for a loss of 12, and it'll be fourth down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Shift. Tighten up.
Kings.
Check 37.
Hey.
Kill.
The first carry for the rookie, it's Darius Geis. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
That's it. Big hit.
Let's go now.
Tight as Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Even.
Geis with the carry on second down. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go.
Come on, run.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third.
66.
4 down. Check.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Leaves it for Penny. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And Butker able to put this one through. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
Here we go. 47.
Slam.
Here we go. 180.
Here we go. 50. Mike 50.
26.
On first and 10, Prescott under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sack Daddy.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Here we go. 180. Hey, switch.
Hey.
Gun. 26.
To throw is Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Wide.
Jack 16.
Hey, check 24. Check.
Solid. 5 down.
On first down, this is Geis. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down. Check 50.
Hey!
He's coming, double up.
All right, let's go.
Hold the look. Banjo. Hey, Mike 51.
Geis receives the pitch.
Shit.
A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Crab.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Come on, for real.
Yeah, buddy.
That's how you hit. That's how you hit.
That's right. Here we go.
Man left, man left.
Focus, focus.
They come out here in the eye.
3 down, 3 down.
Takes both of them.
Watch out, watch out.
You good? He coming across?
Kill. Turn up.
Geis, they'll try to run it. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Darius Geis, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Butker now to kick this one away.
Number 10, back to return.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Kill.
Here we go. Going to 54. Wide in. Here we go. 46.
Mike's 50.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Assistance, please notify the nearest police officer or stadium staff member.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Strong right.
Here we go. 47. Here we go. 180.
4 down. Alert. 24's on the.
Here we go. Kill. 26.
Play fake. Here's Prescott.
Check.
And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 36 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Here we go. 47.
Hey.
26.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Watch tight end.
Here you go.
4 down.
Hey, here we go. 180. Here we go. 46.
Come on. You better bring it.
Swing to the field. Right. To the right.
Mike 50.
26.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Check it out.
Here you go. 47.
Mike 50.
Let's go. Let's finish now. Gun.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. Shift.
Here we go, 46.
26.
Prescott. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Let's finish now.
Hey, 4 down.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
4 down. Check.
They get it to him running left. Pretty. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Devontae Freeman. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears draw a bit closer. Crosby with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7.
Chicago is lined up for the kickoff. Number 20, the deep return man.
Crosby on now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. Now it's Roethlisberger. That is incomplete. Enunwa the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
We got 3. We got 3.
Takes 2 of them.
Check. Lucky.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
Number 32.
A minute 59 to go in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break.
Let's go.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
AB.
4 down.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. I'm coming after you.
Show that bench release and go.
Hey, 58 is the Mike. Go 58's the Mike. Hey, we heavy on the edges.
All right, let's go.
Jam.
Now the rookie first-rounder from San Diego State, it's Rashad Penny. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
58's the mic, 58. 58's the mic. Ready?
Takes 2 of them.
Alert 3, alert 3.
These 2.
Watch the edge.
All right, let's go.
Go.
On the handoff, it's Geis. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain.
That's it, baby.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Watch 81, watch 81. Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
All right, let's go get it now, all right?
Watch tight end. Tight right. 3 down.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Dumps it off for Geis. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Check down. 81. 3.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown, as his guys are in for 6. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
This one taken just inside the 10.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Bears in good field position to start out, 1st and 10. Play action now, Prescott. It's brought in by Kevin White. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one goes for 36 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And they'll lose yardage here, knocked back to the 19-yard line. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one.
Here we go, going to 54. Wide in.
Tight ends left. Hey.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Here we go, wide ain't it?
4 down. Shift.
Swing to the field, right. To the right. Under.
Rip right.
Here we go, 46.
46.
46.
Prescott to throw it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Chris Conley in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears have cut it to within a score. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely.
Number 20, back deep to return.
Crosby on now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Geis. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters, as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something.
It got his man complete. And give him a gain of 37.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Let's go.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Man left. 4 down. Alert.
Takes 2 of them.
Check.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a solid run down inside the 30. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Right.
4 down.
Hey, we got
4 down.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
Run. Boom. Bus stop.
Eight.
Strong right. 4 down.
Go.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Watch tight end.
Show that bench release and go.
Right.
Double bump.
Hey, 4 down.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. And this one is incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. And it's 2nd down.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Watch tight end. 4 down. Check. 4 down. Here we go, Mike 20.
Squirrel.
2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. Dumps that off to Penny, his running back. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
4 down.
4 down.
Mike 20.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. It's caught. Shepard. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Even.
These two. Black.
They'll hand it now to Geis. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Don't let him breathe. Play that tight D. Don't let him breathe, defense.
Double.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. 49. Check 49.
8.
Play action. Now Roethlisberger. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. In for the score. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice two-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game, a chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
On the left side, a catch by White. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A good pickup there, a 22.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Here we go, get down. Hey, switch. Gun. Here we go, 180.
Prescott now from the 50. Caught here by Conley. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
To the right, boys. Tight end to the right. Move.
Here we go, 180.
We got four down. Check 43.
Here we go, 46.
Under 10.
Here we go, 46. 26.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Oh, yeah.
We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
46.
58 to Mike. I got him. Shift. Watch the shift. He's checking. Crash.
Here we go, kill. Here we go, 47.
58 is Mike.
Here we go, 47.
Hey,
And again, it's Prescott.
check three.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth.
58, right over there. Yeah.
Gun.
I want that. Give me that ball, D.
26.
To the air again, Prescott. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They were caught in no man's land that time, but the decision to go for it, that was the right one. It's a first down. Prescott now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
26.
Prescott yet again. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Ejection from the game, arrest, and prosecution. Profanity in any form will not be tolerated.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
46, 46.
Hands on the Ringo.
Hey, here we go. Wide 8.
We got 4.
Here we go, 46.
Kill, 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 kill.
Now the pitch to Freeman. Oh, spinning away. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Hustle, hustle.
Tight end left, tight end left. Hey, hey, hey. We got 3, we got 3.
Here we go, kill, kill. 26.
Freeman again, a first down carry. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Let's go, let's finish now.
Watch tight.
Hey, 47.
Tight end right, tight end right.
26.
On second down, Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Duke Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears draw a bit closer. You don't see option pitches a whole lot in the NFL, but there worked out pretty well, resulted in a touchdown.
And it's hard for defenses because they don't see it very often, so the time in preparing each week is probably minimal. So when it comes at them, it's often a surprise. And what a nice job on the read. Pitch to the running back, and he takes it all the way in for a touchdown.
Crosby on now to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, though. So you're exactly right. They've got to be careful here. But this is where the value of note-taking and recall comes into play. What was working earlier? Why was it working? Can you get those types of matchups again? And can you run those plays that'll get you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit of space?
Jack 16.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down, 4 down.
Hey!
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. Leaves it for Petty. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Big, big.
Hey, pick your game up. 58's the mic, 58. 58's the mic.
Big, big.
Come off the ball.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger.
Hot, hot, hot.
And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Here's Brett Kern now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here, and I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Hey, switch.
4 down.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Room past the 20. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Hey, switch.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
Here we go, 46, 46.
Hey, 4 down.
A
26.
first down throw for Prescott. He goes underneath to Freeman. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Strong right.
Here we go, 46.
Check. 4 down.
Here we go, 46, 46.
Check.
First down, Prescott swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
We got 3. 3 down. 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight.
Swing to the field, right. To the right.
4 down. 4 down. Check 26. Check 26. Check.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. And Justin Coleman brings him down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football.
Hey, switch.
Freeman again. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
4 down. 4 down. Check.
Here we go, 46, 46.
Back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3.
Right. To the right.
Hey. 4 down.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, and some nice running right there. That's what got them the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, boys, we got 4.
Here we go. Wide, ain't it? Hey, switch.
Sponge. No.
They'll run here with Freeman. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. From the 10-yard line, here's 2nd and goal.
Watch tight end.
It's coming now.
We got 4.
He'll get it up the middle. A great move, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. It's a pickup of 3, but still little work to do on 3rd and goal. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Here we go. Wide, ain't it?
58's the mic.
Back to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? But maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And Crosby puts it through, and that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he'd better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
4 down. Alert.
Snickers, you got to spin.
58, boys. 58's Mike.
Squirrel. AB.
Right over there.
Hey.
Right there. Watch the screen.
22, 44.
Screen.
Roethlisberger to throw. Looking long for Westbrook. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that could finish things off for them.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Set! Blue 30.
81 right there. He's sneaky. Check that guy.
Squirrel! Go.
Let's get this.
You good? You coming across?
Motion!
Heat these two.
Throwing now is Roethlisberger. Steps away to his left, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Let's go.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Here's Roethlisberger. Looking for Shepard deep. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's Austin. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Around the NFL, 4th quarter right now in Atlanta. And that one pretty well wrapped up. The Bengals growing the lead even further. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now.
18, watch 18.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
You got tight right.
Swing to the field, right.
Here comes the first throw in OT for Prescott. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
It's a sack.
My, oh, my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure. He's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Aaron Donald. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
And part 1 is done, now part 2. Now a run with Geis. And he'll get this up to about the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Eight.
Tight end right.
Now what can Roethlisberger do here in overtime? He's going to loft one, deep left side. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it.
Here we go. Go on to 54. Go on to 54. Wide 80.
Tight end's right.
And what can Prescott do in the OT? And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime.
Watch edge.
Here we go, 46.
58's the mic. 58's the mic.
46.
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Bears on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Prescott off play action. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Cameron Jordan. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. This is taken deep in their territory. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Takes 2 of them.
Alert. 3 down.
This is Geis. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
58's the mic. 58's the mic.
8.
I don't think you got it, son.
Hey. Takes both of them.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. The Bucs on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 and 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime? You don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure of the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Here we go, 47. Gun.
Check 31. Check 31.
Hey, switch. Gun.
58, boys. 58. 58's the mic.
26.
Following the interception, here's Prescott finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you could hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to